Hello and welcome to Wagner's Tech Talk. Today we're going to talk about pinball, or actually virtual pinball for the most part. See, the arcade where I typically go costs $1 to play each game, so I mostly play pinball on this Fire 10 tablet. But I wish there was something pocketable, something with hardware buttons for the flippers and plunger. What about this? The Retroid Pocket 2, it's got Android on it. Can we use it? Let's check it out. To make this video a little easier to see, I'm going to hook up this HDMI cable to the Retroid Pocket 2, and I'm going to alternate between the device view and my video capture card. I'm not going to cover any of the details as far as the device itself. If you want to see that, please check out this recent video. Alright, so now let's go ahead and launch the Google Play Store. And we're going to go in here, and I'm going to hold down the home button for a few seconds, and then we'll just select pinball. Obviously, I've already typed it in before. So I'm going to select pinball, and we're just going to download a few pinball games. In this video, I'm going to start out with the ones that were the best pinball experience. And then I'll touch on those that were not a good experience with this device. This is the initial interface for Zen Pinball. All the tables appear in their own collections, such as if we go into Bethesda, you'll see Fallout, Doom, and Skyrim. All the gray tables are ones I have not purchased or downloaded. We'll go into Zen. These are the ones that Zen Studios created themselves. A lot of great games there. They're also cheaper, about 99 cents each. And each of these cost money, so you want to pick which ones you want very carefully. These are the Jurassic Park themed pinball tables. Now we're looking at Universal.
E.T. Back to the future.
Very good high quality tables. Not all of them have original soundtracks, however.
Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Deadpool.
Blade. Ghost Rider. Wolverine.
And now we'll move on into one of my favorites, Star Wars.
Darth Vader.
Star Wars, Starfighter Assault.
The Empire Strikes Back.
Boba Fett.
Star Wars Pinball, The Force Awakens.
And yes, even the Alien movies have their own tables as well. Aliens Pinball. Very cool. Alright, so now let's go to Fox, and let's download a table. Family Guy is one I wanted to buy, so let's buy it right now. So you just select A on Buy Table, and as long as you're logged in your Google account and you have a credit card assigned, for $1.99, you can download this table too. That's the equivalent of 2 games at my local arcade. Let's play it! It's a very colorful table, and looks pretty awesome.
Okay, here we go.
The cool thing with Zen Pinball is the hardware buttons work, as well as the right joystick for the plunger.
Oh, and the adventure begins again.
Well, then this has been an absolute misfire.
X will toggle the different view modes. Keep an eye on how I launch the ball here.
Hey, Joe! Hey, Joe! I'm over here! Joe, that was so close!
Good so far.
Next, I'm going to show you Earth Defense. This is a fun game. It came out some time ago, and the first time I ever played it was actually on an Xbox 360. It's one of the original Zen Studio games. I believe it's 99 cents if I recall correctly. Fun game. You can change the different views, as you can see here, but it's just really a colorful and exciting table to play. Really enjoy this one. In 2019, I made a video on the Pinball FX2 for the Oculus Quest. If you're interested in checking that out, I'll put a link up above. This is a must-have table in my opinion. It also has multi-ball support in just about all of these tables. Really fun. Alright, now we're moving on to Back to the Future.
Input the
We'll
destination
go ahead and
time.
launch the ball.
1955. If you're going to shoot the ball, why not do it with some skill? Doc.
Whoa, Biff. What's that?
And now, Guardians
So,
of the
here we
Galaxy.
are. A thief, two thugs, an assassin, and a maniac. I look around, you know what I see? Losers. But life is giving us a chance.
To do what?
Something good, something bad, a bit of both.
And I had to show this one because it's the actual table that you see at the very beginning of this video, and made sense to put it in here. And it's a fun game. You'll enjoy it. It's not the exact same table layout as the original arcade version, of course. But then the arcade version doesn't have animated characters either. So there's that. And this one's a lot of fun. It's called Ghost Rider. Another marble table. Definitely one of my recommended tables. There's a lot of different ways for you to score points. It's just very entertaining. You'll get a kick out of it.
The spirit of vengeance rides again. I'm invincible. Not bad. Not bad. Surprise, bonehead.
I've got your back, Johnny.
If you can get that ball up the ramp a couple of times, it'll open up and you can run the ball around in a loop up here, which I just missed. But you can score a ton of points that way.
Focus.
If you're more of a pinball purist and prefer tables that look exactly like the arcade versions, then you may actually prefer Pinball Arcade. There's no animated characters like what you see in the Zen Studios. However, when I first fired this up the first time, it did recommend that you play this on a device that has 1.5 gigs of RAM, and of course the Retroid Pocket 2 only has 1 gig. The tables in Pinball Arcade are a little bit more expensive, probably about twice the price of the premium tables in Zen Studios, but again, they're very similar to the actual full-size upright pinball games. For instance, let's go ahead and launch Haunted House. All the hardware buttons work just like they do on Zen Studio. You have your plunger here, and then of course your bumpers up at the top, your L1 and your R1. And it's a rather faithful recreation of the original Haunted House pinball game. The flippers do feel slightly less responsive in Pinball Arcade as opposed to Zen Studios, so definitely check it out. Maybe that's just how it's supposed to play, and I'm not familiar with these tables, but I did recognize probably a 50 to 100 millisecond delay, which in pinball is kind of a big deal. Now let's talk about some of the tables that you may want to avoid. Pinball Pro being one of them. Once you launch this game, you can only control the flippers with your mouse cursor, so it makes it pretty difficult to play. We'll go ahead and launch it so you can get an idea of what it looks like, but yeah, you use the arrow to pull down on the plunger, and you have to move the cursor left to right. Not a great experience on the Retroid Pocket 2. Vector Pinball was one that I was hoping would work out, but unfortunately, this is about all I got. So that's a no-go. Next, we'll take a look at Pinball Deluxe. And actually, this one played pretty decently. The only issue with this is it's intended for a vertical orientation, and of course we have a horizontal orientation here. I don't believe there's any settings to change that. I could be wrong, but even so, you still couldn't use the bumpers effectively. So this is one, it plays rather well. It may be worth giving it a try. Another one you may enjoy is the Williams Pinball. Here I'm playing Attack from Mars, which is a pretty cool table. The buttons are a little bit different. To launch the ball here, you instead press A, as you can see. And the flippers on the top work, so that's good. So you still have the hardware button feedback here. And you can change the views as well if you press the X button. So you can find a view that works best for you. But yeah, it actually plays okay. The only issue that I ran into with this one is sometimes it would seemingly just hang up. And I was able to catch that on video right here. So at this point, you just get the spinning wheel and it sits there for a while. I just wound up exiting the game. And finally, after you exit a game, be sure and hold the select button down for a little bit and close out of any games you may have running. I hope you enjoyed this look at Virtual Pinball on the Retroid Pocket 2. I'm starting to wonder if this might be the next big thing in portable handhelds. Not only can you play those classic arcade games and classic consoles, but now you can play pinball with hardware buttons. I don't know, what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I also want to mention, if you go to wagnerstechtalk.com/RetroidP2, you'll find additional information on this pretty cool device. Again, thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot, and I appreciate your support. If you enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please click the like button. If you'd like to see more from Wagner's Tech Talk, please click the subscribe. And with that, I shall talk to you very soon.